Hello everyone, this is a gameplay between Mamedyarov and Vincent, and it was played in 5 chess Grand Prix 3 and it's a game 54. So let's see how Mamedyarov and Keymer starts their gameplay. First, Mamedyarov has a white fish, opens with d4, then white plays knight to f6, c4, e6, and it's a Indian game. Now g3, making room for the bishop to open, and then d5, then knight bishop to g2. It's called Catalan opening. Now bishop to b4, attacking the king, and then knight to d2. Now short castle from black. Now it's knight to f3, b6, short castle, bishop to b7, b3, knight to b7, d7, bishop to b2, rook to c8, knight to e5, knight captures on e5. Now pawn captures on e5, knight back to d7. Now pawn captures on d5, knight captures on d5, a3, e7, c4, that's knight to c4. Now c6, knight to e3, bishop to e8, knight to f7, bishop to f8. Now it's f4, f6, e4, g6, taking the knight. Now queen to g4, and it's a blunder. Pawn captures on e5. Now pawn captures on e5. Now knight to e5, knight captures on e5. Now queen to f4, bishop to c5, king to h1, pawn to d4, pawn to b4, and it's also a blunder. Now pawn captures on f5, pawn captures on c5. Now knight to d3, queen goes to h6, knight captures on b2. Now rook to h5, rook to c7, e5, and rook to g7, bishop to f1, rook to f1, then knight to c4. Now e6, bishop to c8, now rook to f7, and he was in this position on moved 30 moves that K or Vincent